Welcome to Open History channel. Be sure to subscribe and like so you don't miss out on more video like this one.
1985, New York's Lower East Side, where style meant survival. Jim lived by his mom's words, never skimp on that swink. Gold jaws, once a wild dream, blurred fashion with rebellion. A future smile turned into pure art. In imperial China, the Kang was a heavy wooden collar of shame. Marked with the crime, it made even eating or drinking a struggle, a public lesson in honor and order. By the early 1900s, it vanished as China embraced modern law. Born with cherubism, Victoria Wright faced bullying and pain, but refused to hide. She embraced her look, became an advocate, and now inspires others to find strength, confidence, and dignity beyond appearances. Haraldskær Woman, resting in Denmark's peat for 2,500 years, is a haunting window into the Iron Age. Perfectly preserved, she reminds us how ritual, death, and time can speak across millennia through the silence of the earth. A German soldier poses with the MG-34, one of history's first true general-purpose machine guns. Fitted with a captured Soviet PE scope, it represents both innovation and the grim efficiency of World War II's battlefield engineering. Late 19th century, a towering figure rises from legend, half man, half beast. Its fur glistens, its face eerily human. Was it a protector, a phantom, or just a story told by firelight? In this moment, myth and reality seem to merge. September 2, 1882, William Nicholson Jennings captures the very first photograph of lightning. This pioneering image changed how science saw the skies, revealing the shape and behavior of nature's raw electricity for the first time. 1940, in the ruins of Tanis, French archaeologist Pierre Montet uncovers the intact tomb of Pharaoh Susenes I. As the silver coffin is opened, 3 brilliant gold collars glimmer in the darkness, a breathtaking treasure from Egypt's 21st dynasty. April 1918, on the Macedonian front, Bulgarian soldiers pose with the exhumed bodies of fallen comrades. A grim reminder of the relentless toll World War I exacted on soldiers and the haunting realities of life at the front. A French World War I veteran stands before the camera, his grievous wounds a stark testament to the horrors of trench warfare and the deadly innovations of modern weaponry. Behind his gaze lies the silent story of sacrifice, endurance, and the human cost of war. Joseph Carey Merrick, known as the Elephant Man, endured a life of suffering and isolation due to his severe deformities. Yet, under the care of Dr. Treves, he found compassion, friendship, and moments of dignity in a world that often shunned him. An 18-year-old Russian girl, emaciated and haunted, gazes into the camera during the liberation of Dachau in 1945. Her eyes capture the horrors endured, the suffering survived, and the resilience of those freed from unimaginable cruelty. In the 1600s, plague doctors wore these iconic outfits, long coats, gloves, and bird-like masks filled with aromatic herbs designed to shield them from disease. Strange and eerie, they were a desperate attempt to survive one of history's deadliest pandemics. Marlon Brando transformed into Vito Corleone using a custom mouthpiece that reshaped his face, giving him a bulldog-like appearance. This subtle prosthetic, causing slight drooling, became key to one of cinema's most iconic and imposing characters. Calamity Jane lies at rest, the restless spirit of the frontier finally quiet. A scout, sharpshooter, and Wild West icon, her fearless life ended in 1903, leaving a legend of courage, compassion, and untamed spirit immortalized in history. Hans Lang, a German World War I veteran, holds a portrait of himself at 19. Wounded and gradually losing his sight, this 1998 photo reflects a life shaped by war, endurance, and the passage of time before his death in 1999. In 1997, an 11-year-old girl was found with a rare fetus in fetu condition, a growth on her back containing bones, a mammary gland, and even fingers, showing one of the most extraordinary medical cases ever recorded. In 2010, Sherry Walter lost her ear to cancer. Surgeons at Johns Hopkins rebuilt a new ear using her own rib cartilage, first growing it under her forearm skin before transplanting it to her head. Sanju Bhagat lived for decades with a mysterious protruding belly that made breathing difficult. During surgery at Tata Memorial Hospital, doctors discovered a rare fetus in fetu. His partially formed twin had been growing inside him for over 30 years. In the ruins of Tepe-e-Hassanlu, Iran, two skeletons were found locked in a timeless embrace, now called the Hassanlu lovers. Likely caught in a catastrophic event around 1000 BCE, their final pose captures a haunting moment of human connection, frozen in history.
Ginny Burton's story captures a journey from despair to triumph. Once trapped in addiction and incarceration, she transformed her life through education, graduating with honors. Her resilience and redemption prove that even the darkest chapters can lead to new beginnings. In 1974, Marina Abramovich sat passively for 6 hours with 72 objects before her, inviting anyone to act freely. Kindness turned to aggression as people tested limits. Her experiment exposed how quickly empathy fades without accountability, revealing the darker side of human behavior. A wedding ring and handwritten letters lay buried for 80 years, hiding a World War II love story. When uncovered, they revealed a couple's devotion amid separation and loss, touching hearts around the world with their timeless bond. Neve Campbell strikes a playful yet commanding pose for a 2004 FHM pictorial, executing a high kick while dressed in bold black attire. Her confident smile and dynamic movement capture the energy and glamour of the shoot. On August 7, 1974, Philippe Petit amazed the world by walking a tightrope between New York's Twin Towers. Suspended over 400 meters high without safety gear, he balanced, knelt, and sat on the rope for 45 minutes, thrilling onlookers and defying gravity itself. In Russia's southern Ural steppes, archaeologists uncovered a Sarmatian burial mound, revealing treasures from a nomadic culture of the first millennium BC. With no written records, such discoveries shed light on their life, rituals, and interactions with Persian and Greek civilizations. In June 17, 1939, in Versailles, Eugene Weidmann faced the guillotine before a crowd and cameras. His execution for shocking crimes ended public executions in France, moving the guillotine behind prison walls forever. A 1.8-million-year-old Homo habilis skull from Tanzania shows puncture marks from a large cat, proving early humans were prey before predators. This fossil reveals the dangers our ancestors faced and the fragile beginnings of human evolution. In 1966, a Soviet veteran stands before the eternal flame on Victory Day, remembering the sacrifices of World War II. His solemn gaze honors fallen comrades and reflects decades of courage and resilience. On July 13, 1944, a U.S. Marine in Saipan holds a captured Japanese Type 99 machine gun. This moment symbolizes victory after fierce jungle fighting and marks a turning point in the Pacific Campaign of World War II. Witold Pilecki, a Polish officer, volunteered to enter Auschwitz in 1940, gathering vital intelligence on Nazi atrocities. He escaped in 1943, later resisting communism, and was executed in 1948, leaving a legacy of courage. World War II soldiers often returned with severe facial injuries. Advances in early prosthetics allowed men to regain dignity, restoring features and expressions, offering not just physical repair, but a profound psychological relief after the horrors of war. Adolf Hitler strolls with young Helga Goebbels in 1936, a seemingly peaceful moment overshadowed by history. 9 years later, in 1945, Helga and her siblings would be tragically poisoned by their parents in Hitler's bunker. Known as Nanook to the Inuit, this was the largest polar bear ever recorded, a massive 11 feet 11 inches tall and weighing 1,002 kilograms. Spotted in Alaska in 1960, it was later displayed at the 1962 Seattle World's Fair. In 1998, 59-year-old Louis Buddy Musso, a kind but mentally disabled man, moved to Texas for love, but found horror. He was starved, beaten, and tortured by Susan Basso and her accomplices, who murdered him and dumped his body. If you'd like us to cover this case in detail, leave a comment. Moments after JFK's assassination, Jackie Kennedy refused to change her blood-stained clothes, saying, "No, let them see what they've done to Jack." Her quiet defiance turned her grief into a powerful statement that echoed across history. Robert Wadlow, the tallest man ever recorded at 8 feet 11 inches, amazed the world with his towering height, but faced constant pain. A simple infection from a leg brace ended his life at 22. Over 40,000 mourners honored the gentle giant at his funeral. 2 guards from Buchenwald concentration camp, captured and beaten by prisoners on the day of liberation in 1945. After years of brutality, the prisoners finally took justice into their own hands as Allied forces approached. In 1915, a German prisoner of war is escorted by French troops on the Western Front. Scenes like this were common as the brutal trench warfare of World War I dragged on, capturing soldiers from both sides almost daily. In 1989, photographer Michael Schwartz captured 33-year-old Tom Fox in his final moments, surrounded by loved ones at Sacred Heart Hospital in Eugene, Oregon. The image became a powerful symbol of the human cost of the AIDS crisis. In 1939, a Turkish soldier watches an aircraft drill in Istanbul with the iconic Hagia Sophia in the background. The scene captures a moment of military vigilance amid the historic cityscape on the eve of World War II. Circa 1860, a veteran of the Battle of Waterloo gazes at the camera. His weathered face and stern eyes tell of decades of service and hardship. A medal pinned to his coat hints at valor, preserved in this sepia portrait. In 2003, an American soldier slides down a grand marble staircase inside Saddam Hussein's palace. Amid the opulence, his broad smile and raised hand capture a rare moment of joy during a tense campaign.
Thanks for watching. Got an idea for a forgotten era I should explore? Drop it in the comments. I'd love to make it.